Okay, I should be live now. Yes, I am. Okay, so, um, little pre-ramble. I apologize if you hear any background noise. I have the AC on. It's hot out here, and I don't want to die while streaming this game. And I'm also on a like a streaming mic, not on the recording mic. So, if the quality doesn't sound as good, once again, I apologize. But yeah, I mean, you see the title. We're gonna be playing Fate Stay Night, the remastered edition on Steam. So let me get this out the way. Yeah, one more thing. I have this little preamble, basically to help anybody like who's um I guess uninitiated to the lore. I apologize for this first set of images on the very top left. I use this for the Fade Extra um, live stream, and I got too lazy to change the backgrounds, but the words are like what I was going for. So, what the text. So, yeah, let me give this proper introduction, right? Okay, so Fate Stay Night, even on here, like the funny thing is, um, if you just go like canonically, like what came out that is canon to like Type Moon, it would still be third. Like if you went off, you know, not two series, you have Garden of Sinners or Empty Boundaries at number one, and that was like a three light novels, and then there's an extra one. Has an anime, has a manga. Very good series. It's actually my favorite series in all of Type Moon. But yeah, that came out first, and then number two is the one I've been doing videos on, which is Tsukihime, not the remake, but the original. And then obviously third is Fate Stay Night. Originally came out in 2004, and then this remastered obviously came out this year, 2025. And then so what I have here instead is not like the series, but like the canonical timeline, right? So number one is Fate Zero. Um, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Like it came out after Fate Stay Night, but it goes over like the previous war. Like I guess I'll go over that in the second section, but yeah, just know like it's a prequel to Fate Stay Night. It has a anime and a manga and a some light novels to it. If you look at the chart that came out indicating like what was the canon, it would be the novel. So like if you wanted to be specific, you could read the Fate Zero novels. But yeah, I'll go over that more on the image with Gilgamesh. And then is the often forgotten Lord Malloy cases, right? So that one it's once again to a pair of light novels, well, a couple of them. Yeah, like I said, it's very underrated. I don't think a lot of people read them. I like him just because he has this character named Gray, who's like another Stabreface, and yeah, it's a decent series. It's more. narrative focus. So if that's not really your thing, then you can sort of skip that one. But anyways, on to the third one is obviously Fate Stay Night. This is where it pretty much all started for Fate, and it as you can see down here, there is an anime and a manga for it. Um, all three routes, by the way. Like, there's the all the way to the right. I have the routes Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and then Heaven's Feel. All three of them have animes. The Fate anime routes, like people don't really like the anime, but it's a decent watch. Um, the manga's no better. Like people hate it with a passion. I bought some of the volumes on what's it called, the Viz Media app. They're not the best, but they're also not the worst. Um, I guess it's up to you if you want to read them. I would just read the visual novel. I wouldn't even watch the anime for any of them. Just read the visual novel. Like once again, that's the canon. Anime, shortens things down and changes a lot of stuff, but they are available. So if you don't have 60, 70 hours to spend reading, you can just watch a couple of episodes. I think the Fate Route anime has, I think it's, I think it's 24 episodes. I might be wrong. I know Unlimited Blade Works has, I want to say 25 episodes for an anime. That one actually has like very good animation, so if you watch it, you'll enjoy that one. And then Heaven's Feel has a bunch of movies. I think it's three or four. Once again, also good animation. Has a very good manga too. Like if you were to read any of them, I would definitely pick that one. Oh yeah, and then this final thing. Do I need to have read or watched Fate Zero? Right, and then there's a yes or no. And to that, I say no. One thing you'll find is even though Fate Zero canonically comes before Fate Stay Night, because it was done after they like changed a couple of things. So I'll just give you a spoiler. Like one of the biggest ones that people talk about. Like, well, there's one that a lot of people have issues with, which is the characterization of Saber. But that's like given a lot of context. I'll just give you like a very quick one, like that sticks out, right? It talks about Gilgamesh, and so in Fate Stay Night, he's not technically a servant, so like the archer position is taken by, you know, Archer. Whereas in Fate Zero, the archer was Gilgamesh. And it talks about how in his previous war, in the Holy Girl War, he fought someone who like matched him, um, MP for MP, which was Ryder. However, if you've seen the anime, or if you read the novels, like it's anything but. Gilgamesh just beats him really easy. So that's like a big distinction there, right? So yeah, I don't think you need to have read or watched Fate Zero to enjoy Fate Stay. As a matter of fact, I think there is a quote from either Natsu or Gen, who's the writer of Fate Zero, who said one of them said that it's better to read it after. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. You want to watch Breaking Bad first, and then Better Call Saul, even though one's the prequel. You want to watch it after. So yeah, that's just a little pre-ramble, little basic info into this game before we start. I'm 10 minutes in, so I guess it's time to start. Um, I hope it's not too loud, but yeah, here we go. So one of the first things you'll notice, they have very good updated animations here. Not saying that the um like the original had bad visuals. It's just that I mean the whole purpose of the remastered was to update the graphics and also to like um to make it like a what's it called, official translation. All the other ones before that were fan translated. I think you'll find whichever one you read, it's pretty accurate. Um, Another thing they changed up is the UI here. So how do I explain it? If you play the OG, it kind of like orders off like the text, whereas here it sort of just has that like borderless text around it, so it's not like covering a lot of the visual. So I think that's a neat update that they added. Oh yeah, I'm sorry if I'm just like going too fast. It's really, I think everybody knows this scene here. It's very it's a summoning of Saber. You'll get like the proper context to it later on, anyways. And yeah, as we see, this happened 10 years ago. I see someone who takes me back. He's tall with chiseled features. I've never known him to crack a joke. He ruffles my hair affectionately. No, that's not what this is. It's more like he's grasping my head and working it like a stubborn jar lid. Maybe he doesn't even know how to control his strength. And yeah, as we see, that is in fact not Shiro. It's Ren. I'm currently working on um my first scaling, well, not scaling, a versus video. It's on Sukuna versus Type Moon, and one of the things I reference is how when you start the Fate visual novel, you play with one of the side characters, which is Ren. So I liken that to like in Jujutsu Kaisen. If you go canonically, you start with Yuta, who's a side character, and then you get to the main character, right? Later on. So just thought I'd add that. Yeah, like I said, the visuals are they're pretty nice. I think they look good. The text itself also looks very good. Like I said, it's borderless now, so it doesn't like cover up part of the visuals. I think that was it's a good upgrade that they did. I definitely see why they did it. If you play any of their little hack and slash games like Stella and then Xtella Link and then Semi Remnant, you'll notice that like while maybe the stories don't get any better, they do at least upgrade a lot of the UI, you know. So like in Xtella Link, when a character's speaking, you know, you have the PNGs with the text, and then when you get to Samurai Remnant, like there's times where the PNGs are like animated speaking, you know. So it shows that they actually do care, and they like when they come up with new stuff, it's not just the old thing, you know, like rebranded as something new and sold as that. They actually do try to update it. Also, you get the original seven combatants. Um, as we've seen, it has been changed a lot now. You know, you have a lot more than seven classes, but yeah. You wonder who her father is. In Fate Zero, you get to meet him. I'll just say it doesn't really end too well for him. Mages are stubborn people. That is very true. Was a path we are destined to walk as mages.
よし、それじゃあ一つ気合い入れて一人前になりますか。
Thing you notice if you into any of the Type Moon franchises is that there's always like this expectation from like the higher ups to like the next generation. So in Karano Kyokai, Shiki Ryogi, she's like brought up, as the next head of the Ryogi clan, because she has the mystic eyes of death perception. And then when you get to Tsukihime, you would think it's Shikitono, right? But it's actually Akiha, his sister, not actual sister, but Akiha is like the head of the Tono clan. She's brought up, similar to how Ren is here. Yeah, once again, we're still Ren You can see by the mansion that she lives in.
はいよもう昨日は遅くまでやってたんだからもうちょっと
Oh no, hit the wrong button.
融通の利かないやつ遅刻はまずいそうそうあらかじめ30分ずらして目覚ましをセットしたんだから
Yeah, one thing about the visual novels, I think that like turn a lot of people off is it's a lot of dialogue. So I know for a lot of people that like just kind of hear about Fate from like a like power scaling perspective, you know, they kind of just want to like get to all the good parts, but you know, if you're someone that appreciates like a good narrative and you love doing analysis and like breakdowns, then I mean, there's so much to talk about with Fate. Like, you know, in the Tsukihime videos that I've been working on, like I've had to shorten those down. I would say, despite it having two extra routes, it's not that much longer from this one. Uh, I know when I did my like actual note taking and like I guess like in depth like playing of Tsukihime. I think I did it in maybe 115 hours. I think if and then with Fate, you know the original. I think I managed to do all three routes. Like and one thing I do when I play, you know, these games is I try to like um you know I kind of try to get the entire narrative. So I don't look at and I would suggest for anybody that wants to play like not to follow any guides. You kind of just want to, you know, play it naturally, you know, see how it goes and then if you just feel like, you know, you're stuck then yeah, of course look at guides, but I would really highly recommend you just play it. I think you get the most fun out of it. You get to see like where you stand um like, you know, and trying to reach all the routes like organically, you know. One thing I'll tell you off rip about Fate is it's not like Tsukihime where the very first choice kind of like dictates what route you get into.
暖房暖房
Um, Fate sort of follows like the first couple of days, like pre-war, like no matter what choice, unless you know you go like a very bad route, then like you're gonna make it to one of the routes, you know, depending on like what you prefer, I guess. And by that I mean, you know, the game makes it like pretty obvious, like which routes you're gonna take. Like even if you just like completely know nothing about the game and you just started playing it, you'll find very quickly who uh the three heroines would be.
なんだ、これなら走っていく必要もないか。
So here we get into Magecraft.
まあ自慢できることでもないんだけど。
Oh, look at that. She's a mage. Who could have guessed? He's kind of downplaying it here, but magic, magecraft, and like Maggie in the type Moon Spear, like it's very sophisticated and complicated work. If anyone, like if anyone does decide to read the Garden of Sinners or Fate Zero novels, you'll find that magecraft, magic, all this is really all, um, even the Holy Grail. It's all like this, an attempt to reach the root, and you know what goes with that is just um, lots of practice and lots of how do you say it? Commitment to becoming better at their craft. And with those that have like high intelligence in this field, so for example, Shiki Tono's teacher, there's a visual novel called Witch on the Holy Night, which sees her as the main character, also when she's younger. So that one is a prequel to Tsukihime. And in that one, she makes it. I don't know if I should spoil this or not, but she gets this very potent, I guess, class of magic, and so that follows suit with this because I think somewhere here. Let me see. Like she's gonna talk. Ren's gonna talk about how there's like five very like high ranking mages. I think I might be wrong. Let me see if it is here.
そうだ、ペンダント持っていかないと。何しろ100年ものの石だものね。うちにある宝石の中じゃダントツで最強だし。
The iconic pendant. Also the fact they're showing it to you now means it's gonna play a important role later on. So I have this DVD. I think it's called Fate Stay Night Curtain Raiser. has a very cool drawing with the pendant.
まだ始まったわけじゃないけど、用心に越したことはないか。切り札だもんね。これに秘められた魔力ならできないことはないぐらいなんだし。
Oh yeah, just to bring it up again, they did a really good job with the background visuals.
別にいいけどね。野良猫でさ入ってこないってどういうことよ。
Here's another connection to like a Tsukihime. Um, so Rin and the Tono family have like these non-Japanese style mansions that they live in, and I guess they really stick out. I mean, obviously they would, right?
日本の土が合わなかったのかな。あれ、なんだろう、思ったより静かなんですけど。まあこういう日もあるか。けどさすがに。
And then here we are at the school. She's about to meet one of her friends. I forget her name. I think it's.
あれ、遠さか？
I'm gonna try to remember off
今
the
朝
top of
は
my
一
head.
段と早いのね。
I think it starts with an M. It's not Satsuki. What's her name again? It's like
おはよ
Then
う。
we'll have to
今日も
find
寒いね、こりゃ。
it. Yeah, meet Suzuri.
おはよう、みつづりさん。つかぬことを聞くけど、今。
何時って7時前じゃない。遠さか寝ぼけてる？
うちの時計1時間早かったみたい。しかも目覚まし時計はおろか柱時計まできっかり早まってた。
遠さか？
気にしないで。別に大したことじゃないから。
In case you're wondering, a lot of the dialogue is really not that important yet. It's pretty much just info dump for the event of today, but we'll get into like the more
弓道部は問題児も多いし、
core
う
narrative
ま
soon.
いのが一人減ったからね。4月の新入生獲得。
そう。
他人事だからって言ってくれるわ。あ、ついでだから見ていく？
弓道部か。 こともな。
よし、じゃあ善は急げ。早速行こう。
Yeah, so the Japanese archery school that they have here, I'll say that comes into play later.
ほらほら、まだ開始ま
But
で時
really,
間
we're
ない
just
し、中で
establishing
お茶し
how
ようぜ、登坂。
Ren is like she's obviously a very popular girl at school. Like I was single, I think it's like like all the girls want to be her, and then like all the guys want to be with her. So it's pretty much what we're like establishing here.
さて、単刀直入に聞くけど、そっちの調子はどうなのよ、登坂。いい加減頼りになる相棒は。
ほんと。その言いぶりだと、そっちはもう見つけたんだ。
ノーコメント。登坂が手を沸かすまでは、こっちも秘密さ。で、どうな。
こっちもノーコメント。綾子の方はお互いのんびりしてるよ。
そうなんだけど。私も雲行きは怪しいわ。とりあ
Yeah,
えず
they're basically
できるけど、ことがことでしょ。
gonna talk about how like
勝手に
they want to
決めて
compete to see who
私に
gets
負け
like
るのも嫌？
the better boyfriend
も
first
ち
or
ろん
something like that.
私にとって重要なのはあんたを任すことだもの。なん
似た者同士。
ええ、初めて会った時に言ったでしょ。あんたとはそういう関係にあるんだって。
ところでさ、私たち
なんでって言い出したのは登坂で、あんたがいつまでも彼氏がいないのは女としてどうよなんてこぼすもんだから。
ああ、そうだった。売り言葉に買い言葉ってやつだった。
ええ、今時子供でも交わさない約束だけど、あんたと私にどんな結果になろうと負けた方はおとなしく勝者に従うことになる。それを思うと私は今から楽しみで楽しみで。
そうけど三辻さん、楽しむのは結構。
分かってるって。登坂より早く。ま、私たちにとってはそれが一番厄介な問題なんだが、どんなにいい男だろうと好きになれなきゃ意味がない。
ちょっと私た断っておきますけど、私はそっちと違って礼儀。
ああ、それ嘘。もしくは気づいていないだけ。今まで数えきれないぐらい告白されたくせに一つも色良い返事してないじゃない。
発想が貧困ね。
Funny enough, another
すっごい美談。いいね。
correlation
ロマンだ
from
な。
the Ren to Tsukihime is Shiki's sister, Akiha. She goes to a private school, but in her route, the Akiha route, it's she transfers over to his school.
私もそう思う。
She's like immediately gets all the attention, so like everybody wants to be with her, and like even his best friend has a crush on her. So
認めるわ。
kind of the same here, where like
この恋愛に関しては素人み。
そういうこと。
as I mentioned prior, everybody wants to be with Ren. Well, all the guys, like they'll mention like, oh yeah,
もうじき7時か。
everybody wants to be
秘
with
密
her.
は
まあ、三辻さんにもそういう世間体があった。
あんたほど
Except
筋
for
金入
one
ってないけどね。
specific student,
私の世間体なんて登坂凛に
like
比べたら
compares her to the devil, or like a devil.
あんたの猫かぶりは
He's a very funny guy. I think we'll be meeting him
別
soon.
人格って登坂はどうして部活に入らないのよ。運動し
あら、 肺活量では三辻さん。
やったー、重さで3キロって体重で勝っても嬉しくないってのよ、このタヌキ。
危ない。お茶がこぼれるでしょ、三辻さん。
うるさい。私は首相であるまい。部員がいなけりゃあんたに食ってかかるのは当然よ。
あら、部員がいなければ首相じゃないなんて問題発言じゃない？
問題発言なもんですか。私はお飾りの首相だから、できる。私以上にしゃがりっぱなやつがいるんだから。
そうなの？藤村先生、三辻さんは
Miss
飛び抜けてうま
Fujimura,
いって言ってたけど。
you'll find her in a lot of bait works. It's funny how she's just
あの
like
人がそう言うんなら、
referenced in
少しは自信が持てる。
so many of them.
まあ、いなくなっちゃ。
そうそう。噂をすれば影。そろそろ部員がやっ
For
てくる
the
からですよ。
the bad route or not bad routes, bad endings, kind of like you know, takes the role of Ciel, where she's like kind of tells you where you messed up. I think what's it called, Tiger Dojo. Yeah. So like when you get to, I think, yeah, it should be when you get like a bad ending. You know, she kind of like lectures you, and then you know you restart from a certain point.
見てもわからないもの。遠くから眺める分にはいいけどね。
Some of them are pretty funny. Like I mentioned,
首相。
when I played the original, I did a like I would intentionally like pick weird choices just to see what what would be the outcomes. In the beginning, you get like a lot of, it's very easy to get a lot of the bad endings, and they're pretty funny. Oh look, here's our
あ
other
あ、
important
おはよう、マト。
character.
今朝は一人？
はい。力になれず申し訳ありません。
ああ、いいっていいって。本人が弓をやらないって言うんなら無理をさせても仕方がない。
それじゃあ失礼するわ。また後でね。
ああ、また後でね、遠坂。
お疲れ様です。ありがとう。さくらもしっかりね。
いやあ、遠坂。おはよう。朝から君に会えるなんてついてるな。
Here comes the person everybody least wanted to see.
おはよう、
So
マト君。今日は早いのね。
a lot of people really, really, really hate Shinji.
当たり前だろ。
I'm not here to
今日なんだ
like
から
be a
間
contrarian.
に来ないと一年に示しがつかないじゃないか。
I mean, I agree, but I will say, you know, if you ever read, no, not read, watch the Fate Extra anime, I highly do not recommend. It's pretty bad, but I will say they really did good work on making Shinji this character you sort of root for. So, yeah, but yeah, like if you're wondering, like, oh, is there a character that just everybody hates? It's this guy right here.
そう。ご機嫌なところ悪いんだけど、一文字抜けてるわ、マト君。幸福の福。字は違うけど響きは一緒でしょ、副首相さん。
そうだね。今後は気をつける。ありがとう、遠坂。
お礼を言われるようなことはしてないけど、まあマト君がそう思ったのなら私には関係ない。
ちょっと待てよ。見学に来たんだろう。なら見ていけば。
遠慮するわ。練習の
そんなの構わないよ。他の連中が気に障るんなら
だから邪魔を。それに私別に知らないやつのシャを見ても嬉しくないわ。
なんだよと。だっていうのに放課後になると遠くから見てたのはそういうわけかな。
He's just gassing himself up here. But yeah, she's about to like totally ruin that.
なんだ。
ああ、よく目があったんだぜ。声を返したかったけど一応決まりでね。車上では声を上げちゃいけないんだ。勘違いしてたよ。遠坂は弓が好きなんだと思ってたけど弓道には興味がないんだろう。ならなんで遠坂はどう。
離れてくれないかしら、マト君。
何遠坂。
あきれた。ここまで趣味じゃないけど仕方ないか。簡単にいいマト君。私は弓道に興味がない以上に。
なんだと。
それじゃあね、マト君。
遠坂、お前。
Wonder if he's gonna cuss because if I remember correctly, in the OG you get like a lot of swear words and like adult themed dialogue. I wonder if it's the same here.
あれ、遠坂さんだ。
And here is the senpai they were talking about, that Fujimura, or nicknamed Taiga.
おはよう、遠坂さん。
Very funny
挨拶して
character.
くれて先生は嬉しいよ。先生、ちゃんと挨拶をする以外にする挨拶があるのでしょうか。うん、あるわよ。1年生はちゃんと挨拶してくれるんだけどね、上級生になってくると私の名字で挨拶しないんだから。遠坂さんはああいう輩の真似しちゃダメだから。はあ、よくわかりませんけど、先生に失礼なことはしませんが。よしよし。ああ、みんながみんな遠坂さんみたいだったらいいのにな。
Yeah, they called her Tiger.
坂。
あら、生徒会長。こんな朝早くから校舎の見回り？
そういうお前こそ何をた。
Yeah, this is the guy I was referencing where
くんちみたいに早起きじゃないのね、私。
he's probably one of the only people that doesn't look at Ren as like, oh my god, I want to be with her so bad. Like he kind of like he knows what she is, you know.
一つ聞いておくが、最近夜遅くまで校舎にいたことはあるか、遠坂。
ないわね。私が帰宅部だって知って。
当然だ。生徒会長を任された以上。
そうなら私に聞くまでもないでしょ。なんだ、情報収集は一人でやりなさいよ。私みたい。
たわけ、お前のどこがうちの会計の首根っこ掴んで悪さをしたのを知らぬと思ったが。
あら、人聞きが悪いわね。あれはみんなの予算がどこに使われているか調べるなんて。
なんと、うちの会計を1週間休ませた精神的ダメージが当然の行為なの。
あなたもね、部下の手綱ぐらいちゃんとに文化系ばかりひいきするのはフェアじゃないわ。
分かっている。だからこそ俺の手で不正を正したかったのだが。
Well, look who it is.
と、悪い。頼んだのはこっちなのに、エミヤに任せっきりにしてしまった。許せ。
For those wondering when you do like actually get to the main game, you get the whole like leading up to this scene right here through Shiro's perspective. So
そうなんだが、
yeah.
一応見てくれると助かる。俺から見れば臨終だが、お前から見れば仮病かもしれん。
それはいいんだけどさ。遠坂さん、よかったらお昼ご。ありがとう三枝さん。けどごめんなさい。あ、いや、そうなんですか。ごめんなさい。
Segusa.
私余計なことしました。
Yeah, let's say I don't remember her name, but yeah,
余計なことだなんて、
she
そんなこと。
doesn't really
今日はたまたまだから気にしないで。
play like a big role in the
私
story.
はこれに懲りず声をかけて。あ、はい。でも遠坂さんでも寝過ごすことがあるんですね。ええ、そうなんです。なんとかごまかしてますけど、本当は寝ぼすけなんですよ、私。部活だって朝起きられないから入ってないんです。それじゃあ食堂に行ってきます。はい、遠坂さんも。お、売られたね、ゆきっち。だから言ったでしょ、遠坂は弁当持ってこないって。釣りたかったらあいつの分も飯用意しないとね。
Seichi. That's very like
マキ、
close to
それは私たちも食。ダメダメ、食堂は狭いんだから。弁当組が
in Tsukihime, um,
それに遠坂と
Shiki has
男ども
one
の
of his
知ってるやつ
friends that she has a crush on him. They nicknamed her Sashin.
遊びに行ったのにあいつだけ得しちゃってさ
Oh,
やだよね
just a little another little parallel there.
牧主君の陰口は遠坂城に聞こえているようだなやべ遠坂に聞かれたゲゲめっちゃ睨んでるじゃんあいつ睨んでんだよあれあいつは笑ってる時が一番怖いんだからなんだよいいじゃんか
For the record, she's shooting literal lasers at her. So I'm just kidding.
気にしないでいいのそれと牧寺さおごらされたのは私マジ怖えあの笑顔なんだよ大差ないじゃんかたい焼きもクレープもどっちも甘いの皮で包んでるんだからさたい焼きとクレープが同じですって何本気で悔しがってるんだ私
Ren becomes very synonymous with like being on the roof or on roofs, I guess. You know, she comes up here to eat, and then also she has that iconic moment where she's on like a skyscraper's roof, um, where Shiro's looking up at her, and then there's the in Fate Extra. She's like like a a myth or a legend, you know, where they're like, oh, there's the I think it's like the girl in red on the roof or something like that.
さてとりあえずご飯と
Yep, that is a very important thing to keep in mind.
もう時間か
ではホームルームを終了する日直は
Another
西と
important
藤森の
character,
確認を
and wow, I must have timed this perfectly. So been streaming for 1 hour. I would love to stream longer, but fortunately tomorrow is Monday, so have to you know, rest up for that. Let's see, I can't save it here. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely continue this tomorrow. You know, maybe I can do like weekly 1 hour streams with this, and then we'll see how long we can do on the weekends. But yeah. If you're watching this, after, then hope you enjoy, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So yeah, goodbye.